and be blessed in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. You done this in the Most High, Almighty God, creator of the heaven and earth, in the supreme ruler. Blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed. Oh, feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed, feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed, feel blessed. Yeah. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David did. Let me hear you say, ooh, Lord. Everybody sing, ooh, Lord, We want on that team who can, ooh, Lord, You've been so long. You got the enemy, shuffle, hearing me. Mommy, don't move up from Eddie Dibia. Tell me consuwa ehojo na manunga shami kerama. Tell me consuwa ehojo na manunga shami kerama. Enti misuro anajubo bombiara. Misuro anajubo bombiara. Onone makucham. Nyannimu anije Ninu nasina metina. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed, feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. Can dance like David did. We want on that team who can, ooh, Lord. Blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Na mesu erade se woni mi gwan ko bia ne mabanka se yankopana me de me ho matowo so. Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of he who died and rose again shall you succeed and be blessed in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah.
Hello, this is James White. Everyone calls me Uncle White of Roverman Productions. We have already brought to you The Day Daddy Came, and we follow that up with the comeback. Now, in our effort to bring theater to you, our next one that we have lined up for online is Make Me a Woman Tonight.
Come on, tell me everything. How did it go? Huh?
Ivy, it didn't go, okay? He fell into a coma.
Coma?
I mean, what you call it when a man falls asleep within a twinkling of an eye? And girl, you can't even wake him up, even if you pour water on him.
Yes! You knocked him out with pleasure. That is what I'm talking about. Yeah? Maestro, like your son. Yes!
It comes on August 30th on our website only, rovermanproductions.com only, for just a little fee of 10 Ghana cedis. Now here's the news. If you waited for the 30th, you have to pay 10 cedis. But between now and 29th, you can get it for a cool 5 cedis. So why don't you go to the website and register and then save yourself 50%. Not a bad thing in these coronavirus days. So see you on the 30th for Make Me a Woman Tonight. Hello, this is James White. Everyone calls me Uncle White. Hello, welcome to Encore, the Facebook Live platform on which we discuss all things love, marriage, relationship, sex, and what have you. They call me Uncle White, and I am happy to be with you. I am happy to be serving you. I work with Roverman Productions, but for the purposes of this platform, all you need to know is that I am dedicated to helping you become your best self. Once again, welcome. I don't take it for granted that you invest time and data to join me for every episode. Now, before we go on to what we have today, let me remind you that this Sunday, we will be streaming our next play, which is Make Me a Woman Tonight. Make Me a Woman Tonight on Sunday. It will start at 6 p.m. You have the chance to register right now. You go to our website, Roverman Productions, and there is a tutorial there as to how you can access the streaming. It is 5 CDs for now, but come the day, it will be 10 CDs. We hope nothing about that will put you off. So just as you enjoyed this episode, I hope you would enjoy, I know you would enjoy Make Me a Woman Tonight. Once again, you are welcome. We'll be privileged to meet a few of the cast members, those of them who are still in Ghana. So I can see that one of them is already here. That is, and then, then Ken is also there and all that. We'll have a very good time. I was trying to, Jocelyn and Vida, and happy to know that you are with us. Jemima, hello to you too. Macbeth, Rhoda Frimpoma, Miss Belinda, Debbie, Dorina, Victor, Elom, Blessed, Gifty Holy Hill. That's an interesting name. Gifty Holy Hill. And then Thomas, when I just read the Holy Hill, some nasty, interesting thing came to my mind, but today is Friday, I won't say it. Then Thomas Frimpong, Beatrice, Tina, Ella Green. Wow, okay. Pearl, Rosemary, Nana Ponsa, Naomi. Okay, and all the others, you are welcome. We are happy that we could serve you. Today, I'm going to make a presentation that I suspect will create a bit of controversy. I can guarantee that the men will love this presentation. How the women will take it, I have no idea. So if you're a man watching it, please pray for me. So I'm not taken to the laundry and whitewashed by this presentation. But the title is All We Need to Know. No, the title is What We Need to Know About Men, Understanding Men. Understanding men. Women are always saying, I don't get men, or men don't get women. Okay. Today, we have already tried to understand women not too long ago. Today, let's see if we can understand men. I'm going to go run through 20 points, and after that, I'll bring the women in to react to it. And after they have reacted, I'll bring the gentlemen in to respond. I am hoping that the men will do a good job of defending me. And I'm also hoping that the women will do a very good job of forcing us to confront reality. So, are there gentlemen here? Yes. All right, okay, all right. So I have my backbenchers around. Number one, men are simple. Men are simple. Mark Gungo, the relationship speaker, says, men are simple. Simple. S-E-X. Simple. Men are simple. Now, I know women can't figure that out. And they don't figure that out because they respect us too much. They put us at a level like their level of, in their level of thinking, their level of perception, and they can't see how we cannot measure up. The point is that we don't. We are simple because when you look at this, our anatomy is simpler than yours. It's simpler than that of a woman. Emotional issues that we have to deal with, I have very few to deal with compared with a woman. Then the whole process of childbirth, birth and reproduction and all that, women go through much more than any man can imagine. Even when we are in the room of delivery, we are doing nothing compared to what is actually happening there. And then women are blessed with intuition, more because they have to be to mother young children, which we don't have a clue. So that is what I mean. We are simple. And because of that, we don't overanalyze a situation. We look at things fairly at the shallow level. Women will go deeper and deeper and deeper into things. 2, now, if you're a woman and you take offense at this, I beg you, just listen. Being with one woman is a concept that is new to men. We are still evolving on that one. We've gone through long periods of our history where we were permitted to have as many women as possible. But there is a reason for that. Women don't get upset with that. That actually is proof to women that you have always run the show. You know, whenever I listen to that song, It's a Man's World, I laugh and say, you don't know what you're talking about. So I think that song was composed by a man under the duress of his wife. I think the wife may have, you're going to write a song. You're going to write it. Now, write the words. Go. It's a man's word, right? And repeat it again. Actually, how many times does he repeat it? He repeats it till he loses breath. No, he repeats it till he loses breath, till he's almost about to collapse. Then it's okay, now go on and say something. Society for a long period had been organized with this understanding that society is better off without the active involvement of men. One, because we'll go out for war and we may be gone for a long time. Two, because we are not deep enough to understand the intricacies of life. So leave the men. You leave them to drink their palm wine. Leave them to play their drafts. Let us run the show. And women did. And so all we required of men, all society required of men, was the sperms of a man to fertilize the eggs. When that is done, gentlemen, go and look for somewhere and play. And leave us and go. And therefore, because we need only your eggs, it doesn't matter how many you fertilize. At any rate, at several times, there will be shortage of men because of war. And therefore, hey, don't just stick to one, fertilize others. That has all changed. That has all changed. Unfortunately, men are still catching up with this. It is no justification for men messing up in their relationships, but we are just talking about understanding it is what it is. It is a new thing for us, and we are struggling with it. We'll get there. But many of us are not there yet. Indeed, in some communities in Ghana, they are not there yet. I know of communities where if you're a man who is outstanding, they will not permit you to be married to one woman. The whole society will come at you to ensure that you have children with some other women. 3, Joan, keep writing. I saw you making notes. Keep writing. You get your chance. Today, you'll get a chance to make all the case you want. 3, men have a low pain threshold. Men have a very low pain threshold. Women could act skirmish about little things, but when the deeper things come, oh, they are there. They are strong. They are much stronger than that. Now, there's implications for that, for men having low pain threshold. Because of that, a man will run away from pain or anything that brings him pain, whatever it is, he will run away from it. 4, we are stubborn. We are obstinate. In a sense, we need that to be the men we need to be strong, to be bold, and all that. Part of that is that it makes us stubborn. So watch a baby boys and girls. Kojo, don't do it. And just because you have said Kojo, don't do it, Kojo is going to do it. You can be sure Kojo is going to do it. In a lot of homes where parents have wised up to this, they instruct the boys in the opposite. So what you don't want him to do, you ask him to go and do it. He won't do it. But if you tell him, you can't do this, don't do this, that's exactly what he will do, just to show you that he can do it. 5, men thrive on respect and admiration. It is like oxygen for us. We need respect and admiration. And if you can do this right, these 2 things for a man right, he will become like a puppy in your hands. Respect and admiration. I've told the story on this platform before, but in case you haven't heard it, I'm going to repeat it for your information. One of my adopted daughters reported a case, her encounter with a big man in Ghana, one of the big men in Ghana. Is that the man comes into their shop and she goes, "Oh, sir, I love your tie. Your tie is wonderful." And he said, that is it. The guy just goes soft and says, "Oh, you like the tie? Huh? Have you also seen? It has my name inside. Oh, it has my name." Then after that shows, so she goes, "Oh, wow, you have it's customized." So, "Oh, yeah. And look at my shirt. And look at my shirt. Oh, and look at my jacket. And look at my jacket." And say, "As for me, everything I wear is customized. Oh, And so the man went on and on and on and on and on. Then finally he left at about 45 minutes later. This was about 10 a.m. 12 o'clock, the man was back with lunch. Yes, and said, oh, I happen to be passing around. I know how busy you people get, so I just bought you lunch. And hung around for another 25 minutes. And he said, from that day on, when the man enters that shop, if he hasn't spoken with her, he won't do any business with anybody else. It has to be her. And I say, yeah, that's how we are. We are like that. Clever women who get wise on that use that to create, to make fools of us. But it doesn't matter. That is how we are. Respect and admiration. I like your shoes. Oh, I like the way you walk. I like the way you carry yourself. We won't ask you what you mean by how we carry ourselves. We just will swallow it. That's for us. Just lay it out there, we will swallow it. We are not like girls when you say, oh, I like your hair. What do you like about the hair? And no, what do you like about the hair? This way, no, this one. Me, no, this one. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Oh, wait. So it means you didn't like the one I did yesterday. You know, we don't know. You tell me you like my dress, hey, until somebody else says something nicer, I'm your slave for that period. Number 6, sex is a physical thing with us in most cases. It does not always mean much to us. It is often nothing more than an itch that we need to be scratched. Except when we meet the one girl who means the world to us. And when we do, we don't demand sex of that person. That's the interesting thing with a boy. When a boy sees the one girl that he knows that this is for real. He is prepared to wait. All others, we just come in to shoot and go away. 7, when we are upset or stressed, we retreat into a cave. We call it the man's cave. We go silent. We don't want to see anybody. We don't want to talk about it. So don't come and say, what is wrong with you? What is going on? The answer will be nothing. Because at that point, we don't want to talk. We don't want to talk. And we don't want to talk because talking about what is bugging us makes us look weak in our own eyes. And so, no, I must deal with this. And it is only when we've got a perspective to the issue that we would come out of the cave and maybe want to talk about it. 8, men are capable of thinking of nothing. So you may see a man sitting there, and out of your care for that man, you go to that man because you love the man and you ask the man, what are you thinking of? Or, no, those of you who have gone to school like Joanne, you don't ask what are you thinking of. A penny for your thoughts. A penny for your thoughts. No, my thoughts are worth more than a penny, so you won't get it. But the point is that I'm just sitting there. Nothing. Women would never understand that. No. Women would never understand that. That is how come we can sleep well. No, because our mind is not working. True. So when our eyes close and we are sleeping, the agenda is sleep. We are sleeping. The mind is nothing. But the woman is lying there and analyzing. Wait, did I put off the gas? Did I lock the door? Wait, when Joanne came, did she even greet me or not? She didn't greet me. And then the mind is working. Meanwhile, she's asleep. You know? Then they wake up, and then sometimes they tend to you, the man, sleeping peacefully, and they envy the fact that you are sleeping peacefully. So they wake you up and say, there's somebody at the door. There's a noise. There's some noise behind there. The women are all confessing. They are all confessing. The married women. The married women. But no, it's because. No, Joanne, not that. You come and make your confession. And have you seen how Vic is also responding? She also has plenty to confess. Because, and that is born out of the fact that we can think of nothing. We can just let it go. 9, we have very fragile egos. We have very fragile egos. Let me tell you a story. One of my adopted children, this couple, both of them are my children, and the most prized purchase in that home was a tin of Horlicks. That was the most prized thing. So they would have tea, they would have Milo, but every now and then when there's a bit of money, then the boy would bring home a tin of Horlicks, and it's always the small tin, because that's what he can afford. And there's celebration in the house. Daddy has brought a tin of this thing. Then the wife, after years, finally gets some contract, and when she gets a first pay from the contract, handsome amount, she decided, let me surprise my husband by buying Horlicks. He's been buying Horlicks for the whole house since we married. Today, let me surprise him. Let me also buy Horlicks. Then she goes into the shop and unfortunately buys a bigger tin than the one the boy normally buys and brings home. And you know how children are. Children can cause trouble innocently. The children say, "Yay, today mommy has brought Horlicks and it's bigger than daddy's own." And the guy decides he will not touch the tin of Horlicks. And he did not. He did not. Women underestimate how fragile the egos of men are. And that is why you watch the older women. They know how to massage it. So they massage it and make a slave of you. As if they are crocroing you, then they are getting you to do what it is they want to do. 10, we don't like talking about our emotions. Oh, and your emotions for that matter. No, anything emotional will run away from it. So don't ask me about my emotions. Don't ask me how I'm feeling and things like that. I wouldn't be able to talk about it. If I'm talking about it, it doesn't mean much to me. If it's gone inside deep, it won't come out. I will not be able to talk about it. That is when we go and drink, and then we talk about sports. But we won't talk about this. Meanwhile, it is still eating us inside, 11, when you tell a man your problem, he thinks you want him to come up with solutions. Now, that is one thing a man will never understand about a woman, that you are telling me about your problem, but you don't want solution. You just want to vent. You just want me to empathize and to indicate that I understand what you are going through and things like that. No, for me, my boss is a cow. Okay, resign. No, resign. Come and sit home. After all, we won't stop. No, that is not what that means. Yeah, but resign. When you tell a man your problem, he thinks you want him to come up with solutions. And sometimes when he hasn't come up with solutions, he feels very bad about it. 12, we are so scared of ending up with the wrong woman that it takes us a long time to decide. That is why we hesitate to commit. Because that thing haunts us. What if I end up with the wrong woman? And that fear drives us so much so that invariably we end up with the wrong woman. We become so careful that we let go the good woman and then finally settle down with a tigress. 13, we avoid confronting any issue that will result in tears or would hurt you. And so we either postpone it or we just hope it will vanish. That is why a boy cannot break up with you properly. If a boy has to break up a relationship, he can't do it properly. He would postpone it and hope that you rather will discover that he wants to call it off and you will call it off. Then, okay. But to come and say that, Ajua, well, this is not working for us and you're going to cry on me. No, a boy can't handle that. So sometimes you ask him, so when were you waiting to tell me? Never. Never. Because I didn't want the tears. 14, we cannot stand cold treatment. Ladies, that thing you were all taught when they were circumcising you, or they were baptizing you, please listen. We don't like it. Because I think every woman somehow knows how to do this. Cold treatment. We cannot stand it. 15, we don't like being chased by a girl. We don't like being chased by a girl. Now, let me give you a little example. If a girl walks into the studio right now and just strips naked before me, I will feel insulted. I will feel insulted and maybe drive her out. But let her come in dressed sexily. Let her sit down and cross her leg in some way, and she's got me hooked. Why? Because she's leaving me room to chase. When she comes and strips naked, she's taking away my pride of chasing. I can't say I chase there. So I don't like it. That is the man. Clever women find ways, even in marriage, to give the boy the impression that you are still chasing, that you still are having to make some effort to do that. It's a tricky thing, but wise women are wise enough. If they want to get it, they get it, and they know how to do it. But we don't like being chased by a girl. So all of you girls who are falling in love with boys and you are crying over him and you are always stalking him and going to his house, you won't win. You won't win. You won't win because you've missed it. That's not how to do it. 16. Intelligence and wit in a woman are big turn-ons for men. We love intelligence and wit in women. We find it so attractive. So attractive. It's better than that girl may not look like anything, but let her have intelligence and wit. And that's all she needs. That is all she needs. They are big turn-ons for men, especially men with brains. Especially men with brains, because we can see that, and that girl, wow, we can't get enough of that girl. 17. Sex does not make us commit more to a relationship. A lot of okay. Adrian says I should make it say it louder. So here we go for the sake of Adrian. Wait, but Adrian, if I shout it louder, somebody may think you want me to talk to her.
Oh no.
And you know she can send you a mail right now.
She's typing no.
She's typing.
My God.
No, so sex does not make us commit more to a relationship. So women make that mistake. Whenever a relationship is getting a little bit shaky, the woman thinks that, oh, if only I gave him a bit of sex, maybe it will work out. No, it won't work out. You will lose. 18. We worry about our sexual performance. It's a big deal for us. is huge. We are always worrying and asking, are we doing it right? Are we okay? Are we enough? And things like that. It is a big deal for us. And allied to our sexual performance, we also worry about the size of our thing. And so, for ladies who do not know, listen, when two men meet in a washroom to pee, we always spy at each other. You know, so we are standing there looking at the wall, but my eyes are going to see his to see. And if I realize that my equipment is bigger than his, I'll start singing immediately because I'm happy. If his is bigger than me, I don't like him. He's a foolish man, and I won't want to talk to him. And it happens even in school. Those of you who went to boarding school. There are boys who never took their bath when others are taking their bath because they weren't too sure of their equipment. But those who were sure of their equipment, they don't care when they go and take their bath because they know I'll floor of you. Indeed, I moved into the hostel in Form 4. And then a Form 1 student joined us. And when we went to take our bath, his equipment was bigger than all of us combined. We beat the boy up.
Legend.
Oh, we beat the boy up. Hey! Small boy like you, where did you get this one from? And we were beating. The guy has not done, he has not done anything, but we beat him up. What kind of nonsense is that? Small boy like you.
Instead of shaking his head, we watching for the rest of the
No, that boy, I don't know what he said to God, but he's been equipped. Hey. Because even normal resting size, we looked at it and we know, yeah, this boy, you'll go places. You'll go places. You know, in the comeback, the Andrew character says, when your voice is low and your stick is big, you go far. That's what it means. This is what it means. 19, men need their space. We don't need our women to be around us all the time. There are times we don't want to see you. We don't want to hear you. We don't want to smell you. We are not thinking about you. And it is fine. It doesn't mean we don't love you. We just need our space. And if you're able to give us that space, we'll come back to you even in stronger force. We'll come to you in even much more eagerly. And finally, 20, we can shut you off and out completely from our mind. You know, you keep bothering us, keep troubling us, keep giving us wahala. One day, we'll get to the point where we don't care and we would ignore you. And from that day, you can come and talk. And in our mind, all we see is a lip that is doing this. We won't hear a thing. That is men. I know women also can get to the point where they can say that I have decided, I've just written him off my mind. But men, when a man gets there, it is very serious. Because you see, he is not going to even open create the opportunity for us to talk about it. He's gone. And you won't get anything from him. Well, I hope it has been useful for the men. I hope this has explained you. If there's something I should have said about you that I didn't say, please let me know. The ladies, okay, I have put my head on the line. Now let the chopping begins. Because let's take a little break, and then when we come back, we'll have Joanne, and we'll have Vic, and we'll have Josephine joining us. Let them come and tell us what they think of this. And later on, Doreen, Andor, and Effie will join them. But after them, then my boys will come. They are here.
Today I'm abstaining.
You said. So, Kwesi, let's take a break and then we'll come back. We have already brought to you The Day Daddy Came, and we follow that up with the comeback. Now, in our effort to bring theater to you, our next one that we have lined up for online is Make Me a Woman Tonight.
Come on, tell me everything. Tell me everything. How did it go? Huh?
Ivy, it didn't go, okay? He fell into a coma.
Coma?
I mean, what you call it when a man falls asleep within a twinkling of an eye, and girl, you can't even wake him up, even if you pour water on him.
Yes! You knocked him out with pleasure. That is what I'm talking about. Yeah? Maestro, like your son. Like your son. Yes!
It comes on August 30th on our website only, rovermanproductions.com only, for just a little fee of 10 Ghana cedis. Now here is the news. If you waited for the 30th, you will have to pay 10 cedis. But between now and 29th, you can get it for a cool 5 cedis. So why don't you go to the website and register and then save yourself 50%. Not a bad thing in these coronavirus days. So see you on the 30th for Make Me a Woman Tonight. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. Oh, by the way, you can catch us on our website as well, rovermanproductions.com, and that is where Make Me a Woman Tonight will be streaming on Sunday at 6 p.m. We hope you'll be able to join us. Well, I'm joined by my favorite people. Joanne is here, and then she's joined by Vic.
Hi.
And then we are joined for the first time by Ophelia. Huh?
Yes.
Ophelia. Is there any other name by which you are known apart from Ophelia? Because I'm afraid of the LIA.
Lady MC on social media.
You are called Lady?
Lady MC, yes, please.
MC?
Yes, please.
Lady MC, okay.
Yes.
All right, okay. MC, they make me a ball. All right, ladies, we've tried to let you understand. Elom sent me a message that I did not talk about sports, that I should have said we love sports. No, it is that is born out of the fact that we don't like to do with anything emotional. So instead we seek escape. We escape into sports because sports never touches us. There's nothing emotional about sports. No, they are playing. It's not me. It's Has versus Kotoko. I may have an emotional reaction, but it doesn't touch me that much. It's out there. It's not me. I'm not the one on the field. And then we will laugh at each other over it because that saves us from talking about how I am feeling about my wife and the challenges I'm having at home and how I wish I can kill the children.
And bring them back to life next day.
So anyway, so ladies, let me hear you. You okay? Yes. Okay. So if it would respond to that, okay, go.
So who will go first?
Okay, Joanne, go.
Okay. So Uncle, I agreed with some of the things.
Okay.
Some of them made me really laugh. Others, I've just decided that. Okay. So I was saying that I agree with some of the things that are there. There are others I have heard before and I have never agreed with.
Okay.
But I've gotten to the point where...
Because you think we are using it for excuses.
Yes.
Like we are
yes,
justifying the unjustifiable.
Yes. I've always said that some of these things are an excuse for bad behavior.
Yes.
And so hopefully I'm getting to a place where I accept without understanding for
Yes.
some of these things. And that's about it.
It's called faith. And you know, the righteous shall live by faith.
Yeah. At least it puts you in a place where you can try to be happy and ignore,
Which ones made you laugh?
The thinking about nothing and being able to go to sleep immediately. Yeah, for me that was hilarious because it's real.
Yes, it is.
Yes. I mean, we can both go to bed at the same time. The next thing I'll say is, the breathing has become heavy.
Yes.
And my mind is now racing. And where is this one? And where is this one?
Yeah.
Last night, for instance, we both went to bed at the same time. He fell asleep, and I got out of bed 3 times to go and check things.
And he wouldn't know.
He was asleep.
Yeah. He wouldn't know.
And that's why I was laughing so hard. I was like, even last night. And there are times when the babies came, he just puts his head down and he sleeps.
Yes.
And I have to wake up with every fifing I hear. And
Yeah.
when I wake up, then I'll kick you small so that we'll wake up together. It seems you cannot wake up, so I'm helping you.
Oh, but we'll still go back. But we'll still go back. We'll still go back.
That's the sad part.
We'll still go back. I would wake up in the morning and friends would go, I really struggled this night. I was coughing and I'm asking, really? You are coughing? Really? Vic?
Well, so Uncle, that point also made me laugh.
What's on your t-shirt? Begin with
the past.
Wow.
Yes.
Only an archaeologist.
Yep.
Only an archaeologist. Anyway, go.
So that point made me laugh, and I could relate to a few other things that you said. And actually, generally, I kind of believe, and I agree with actually all the points that you said. Some because I live them, some because I have heard other people testify about them. But the ones that I live, which are quite interesting, is the nothing on the mind thing. And I always come back at him and say it's impossible for the human mind to remain blank.
Okay. Hold on.
Sorry, I need to go back and say anything. Okay,
yeah.
So I was saying that I agree with all the points that you listed. Some because I live them, it's my reality, and the others because I've heard other women testify about it. But for the ones that are my reality that stand out are the mind being blank thing.
Yeah.
And I always come back at David and say, it's impossible for the human mind to be blank. And he says it's blank. And I'm like, no, you have to be thinking about something.
It is impossible for the female mind to be blank.
I keep thinking that maybe you're not thinking of what I want you to think about.
No, for us, it happens regularly. Indeed, one of the universities in the US did a survey of babies who have just been born in the hospital. And they said they realized that whilst they are lying there, the little girl's mouths will be moving. But the boy is just lying there.
I struggle with that. I really struggle with that. And then the part about men always looking for solutions. It got to a point it was so hard. I'm just venting. I just want you to listen to me.
Yeah. No,
and
but
he's like,
we'll hear you.
You don't want me to
fix
it. Why are you telling me? And I'm like, I just want you to listen. So I started giving him a disclaimer like, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not looking for a solution. He said, don't do that. If you do that, then I'll even more I want to fix it. Then he came back with, okay, I give you 15 minutes to vent. So say anything you want to say within the 15 minutes. Afterwards, if you are still talking, that means you want me to fix the situation. And like, I don't want you to fix it. It's still something we still argue.
We understand that.
We
don't understand that.
I come and tell you I have issues with a colleague at work, and the next thing he says is,
don't talk to her again.
You should.
Don't talk to her again. Don't talk to her again. Avoid her.
And I'm like, no, I don't want a solution. And
don't even use the office. Don't go to the office. Don't use the office.
No, so she's showing you her true colors. So you have to be very careful.
Yeah,
you should do this and do this and do that. And I'm like, no. I don't know what I want to do. I have to talk. And I told him that. So how would you know what's happening in my life if you want to fix everything?
No, the point is that I don't want to know. Because in our case, we believe that no news is good news. That if there's really something to know, one way or the other, you will know. But we don't want to know everything because we are that simple. Our hard disk is not that big.
But you need to get an external.
Okay,
speak into your mic.
This is one of the things I struggle with because, Uncle, it's the same brain you take to work,
yes.
And you're able to accomplish so much. But it's like you come home and you switch off. So my point is.
Have you seen the state of the world?
Well, yeah.
true.
But like Uncle,
No,
let me just finish.
Yeah.
Every company,
Yeah, that's true.
every company
Yeah.
improves when women come to the top
Yeah.
level of management.
That is true. That is true. But then, Uncle,
So what are you saying?
what I'm saying is that I know you as a man, as
Yes.
in the men in my life. I
Yes.
know them as men when they are home,
Yes.
and I know them as the kind of men that they are when they're in the workplace and the sort of things they're able to achieve.
Yes.
That you can't achieve those things when you tell me that your mental space is low, that you can't multitask, that you can't remember. For me, it's selective.
Do you know?
It's
Do you know?
selective.
Do you
When
know
they
how
apply
miserable
their
we
mind.
made teachers to be able to get a little bit proficient in those things? Every teacher regrets being a teacher because of having to raise us. So you teach us, you repeat a thing, make it simple. Somehow, some of it will get into our head. At the workplace, we are repeating the same thing. It's not new. So after a while, we get a hang of it. It's predictable. It is routine. So I know. If I'm a doctor, I get into the waiting room and into the consulting room. Anyone who comes is sick, needs either an injection or something, done. Especially if you are in this part of the world. When the person comes, we had a doctor at Legon when I was a student, Legon Hospital. No matter what you took to him, he will write you a malaria. Yeah.
No, they always say first, you treat that first. You.
It doesn't matter. As soon as you start talking, he's writing a prescription. And then by the time as soon as it's finished, you are finished. Get. That is us. Ophelia.
Thank you, sir.
How much of it did you pick? How much of the presentation?
In fact, we were listening on our way
On the
so
way.
I think I got quite all of it. And
How long have you been married?
22 years. Last month was 22 years.
Okay. They are excited. They are excited because she's been married for 3 days. She's been married for 5 days.
I know.
Exactly.
Ophelia, in your marriage, what has surprised you about men the most?
The one thing that you said in my 22-year journey, I have learned to accept is that men need space.
Men?
Need space.
Okay. Yes.
That space that women don't understand.
Yes.
Just last week, there's somebody that I'm counseling. She called me in the night, like she was crying. The man is doing this, blah, 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 blah. It's all about the space that, as Vic was talking about.
Yeah.
You want him to do the thing now,
Yeah.
but they are not ready.
No.
So if we understand that space, and I told somebody about a month ago that God said they cannot live alone. And for that reason, they need a helper. It means they are already doing something and you are coming in to help. And when you are helping somebody to do something, you don't take over everything.
Because you came to help.
You came to help. So we leave them to do what they have to do. It's understanding. And I always say that as a woman or relationship, we all have our part to play, like ingredients. When you are making a soup, onion, no matter whatever you add to the soup you are preparing, onion is still onion. So you cannot change the man, but along the line, you will have to change to adjust to most of the things that.
Ophelia,
Yes, sir.
you'll be having having a very long argument from Joanne and from later.
We're going.
Well,
She said,
Yeah, because you are just an ingredient to help,
All right.
to complement the
No,
soup.
they got you. They got you. They don't
It's
like.
all right, it's
They
all
don't
right.
like what they
They
heard.
don't like what they
But
said.
but they got you.
Okay.
Big buckle there.
The analogy was great. The stew, the soup thing was going, and then
yeah. But
then the onion
because you have
thingy,
to,
and then I'm an ingredients, and I'm
yeah.
like, nah.
Your tomato is not changing
No.
its onion, so figure yourself out.
You have to be the tomatoes to complement. You have to be the salt to complement.
Yo, Ophelia, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
No, thank you. We understand, we accept it, but some people, those in class one people, they don't respect anything. They don't know anything.
3 hours, uncle. 3 hours pay.
Relationship thing, it's a journey.
But,
Some of us
uncle.
have top the
Yes.
glory fare.
You know when you say that men hide in a cave
Yes.
when they have issues,
Yes.
they don't want to talk about it. But you see, if you're not talking about it and you're avoiding the world, you're still going to brood about it.
Yes.
So you find something else that would distract you from it, not solve the issue. Whether you kill yourself or God takes you, you are still
No,
earlier
we
than
die.
me.
No, not necessarily by killing ourselves. But
And then you couldn't
yeah,
know your space in the stew.
we,
That's why we chop it up first.
no, it is. It gets worse. Every man at one time tries to bring the woman in his life into his pain. But every man also has had this experience where years after it, you do something that offends her, and she goes like, said today there you found your mouth.
No, those are instant.
When they were firing you from the workplace, it is here you came to cry. Today you say what? And that is a dreaded moment for every man. He will not talk to you about anything that matters again. Because even he telling you that, now when I'm going to the office, I'm even afraid. Because my boss, I don't know what I've done to him. In doing that, he's had to take a big leap from his being a man to open up and say that. So a lot of cases, when I used to counsel, ask the woman, how are things going in your home? And she begins, uncle, Ask the man, the husband of the same woman. So how's Joanne, and how the two of you getting? Oh, uncle, great. We are getting on very well. Meanwhile, they are coming for counseling. Because we can't admit that. A man struggles to admit failure. That I couldn't do it. Hey, what am I saying? That I can't make Joanne happy? What am I saying? No. I am making her happy. So if she doesn't feel happy, it is her fault.
Her happiness level
She's
is
not
too
making
high.
herself happy. But me, dear, I'm making her happy. Why? Why wouldn't I make it? Why wouldn't she be happy? That is us. We can't stand pain. And that is one of the manifestations of it. I'd like to hear the boys. So, ladies, I'd like to thank you very much. Gentlemen, can you quickly join me before we run out of time? And let's go. So, Ophelia, thank you very much. Joanne, as always, thank you very much. Vic, wonderful always to have you. Guys, what are you? No, come and sit here. Come and sit here. Oh, Jollof, come. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, hello?
Yes. Vic, come and take this seat for the time being. We may ignore you for some time. Gentlemen,
Uncle.
you heard the points. What did you think? Did I represent you guys well enough?
Yes, I think you spoke the truth.
Okay.
And it's one of the things that a lot of the ladies would not really want to admit or want to think that guys really are. They don't think we are that basic, actually. And one of the questions that has come up a lot of times, even when we are having this conversation, is the fact that, is it that you are admitting that you are this low and you don't want to put in extra effort to come up? you know, and one of the, it's like that. One of the confessions is, yes, I want to, but I don't know how. And that's also one of the things that yeah, we really want to.
I am a tractor. Don't use me as a saloon car.
Thank you.
Simple. Somebody has a question for her. Deborah.
Yeah.
Why do married men watch pictures of nude young ladies on their phone, even if they have a great sex life?
Yeah, well, they want to watch it on their computers.
Adrian.
Deborah.
Make us proud.
The plan is behind you.
Come on, Adrian. Come on now.
Wait. What did Canison say?
He said Adrian is the one married, so we should ask him.
Adrian.
Uncle, I scroll when and when I linger for more than 5 seconds, I come and worry you afterwards. But I don't watch. I don't watch. See, those people have deep-seated issues that are far beyond whether they are married or not. A man who watches those things, there are issues there. It's not because he's married, that's why he's watching it. So, I see it, I scroll, you see it. It's not available everywhere on social media, so Charlie, it's not our fault like that. But if you linger too long, then it's my wife that I go and worry afterwards.
He's typing.
You know the sad thing about that? Even though you say that if I linger too much, it is my wife I will go and bother. That is in the initial stages. Pornography has a way of rewiring your mind. So that right now, there's ample research to prove that pornography has made a lot of men incapable of being with a woman.
True.
They prefer the pictures than the real woman. They would rather go and watch a video than touch the woman lying by them. And in the West in particular, a lot of women are saying, my husband just simply won't touch me. So in the early days, it's exciting because it makes you, but after a while, your brain will be rewired completely. And that is where the addiction sets in.
Yeah.
And at that point, the man is lost. The boy is lost. Jolof.
Yes, Uncle.
The women said they can't understand us, no matter what we do.
They should have faith then. You see?
They should have faith.
Yeah. You said it's called
Yes,
faith.
yes.
Yeah, I was listening as I was driving here, and they were talking about the minds and the stuff, and my mind went back to just last week when we were recording videos for promo.
Yes.
Of the.
Yes.
I didn't watch Victoria's as she was recording it, but I watched it. I watched the finished product, and I was
that was a beautiful thing. If you haven't watched Victoria on YouTube or on our website, please go and watch.
Yeah. You know,
I'm talking about it is a series we did with a cast of Make Me a Woman Tonight, and you'll love Victoria.
Yeah. I mean the detail and I was embarrassed.
Nibbles.
Because when they asked me, I think I said fresh air and good smell.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And he said beach.
And maybe seaside. Some place by the sea.
Yeah.
And that was it.
In Shona music.
That was it for me. But the day I was like, oh, if I had known she was going to, I would have thought of other things to add. And then, even recently, a thought hit me that as a man, if I'm driving by a shop, I can notice the shop and say, that is a shop, and then drive.
Yes.
Or not notice the shop at all.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I realized that when a woman is driving by a shop and she notices the shop ahead, there's already an instant inventory. Is there onion? Is there this? Is there that? Is there this? Is there that? Before she even gets to the shop.
Yes.
So all that is done in an instant. So if he needs anything, she will go. If not, then she will drive past.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's basically it. So if you don't tell me you need something, sometimes you can tell me you need it, and I'll still drive by the shop because at that moment I'm not thinking about anything.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of nothing, and I'm going.
My wife can never understand why I can enter a whole big mall just to buy shaving stick and walk out. she can't understand that.
Yeah.
But he went there to get shaving stick.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I went.
So you went there to. So if you get
You
shaving
know,
stick,
and I
you should-
go and walk straight there, come pay, and get out. And say, what did you buy? I said, oh, this.
shaving stick.
So is that all you bought? I said, but that's what I told you I was going to buy. I said,
Uncle,
oh, how?
I followed someone in this room to the mall. I won't name the person.
Don't worry, her laughter will give it. Will give it that. You say the sorry.
I was going to help get. I think she said one or two things.
Hey. Hey.
So we enter the thing. We enter the place and she gets the one thing, she gets the other thing, and she's still there. And she's moving around. Oh, this one. Then she pick. Oh, this one. 1 hour.
You in there?
Yes.
You're still buying one or two
We are
things.
still buying one or two things. Hey. Oh, women are
but you see,
fantastic.
Uncle, growing up, anytime my mother wanted me to follow her to the market, she'd be like, "We are going to the market." I'm like, "List exactly what you are going to buy." Oh, we are going to buy palm nuts, fish, this. She lists like only 5 things, and we'll go, Uncle.
You know, when I complain that my wife does impulse buying, she says that she has thought about it months ago. So, but when we are going, we have a list in hand. We are going there. Say, oh, I've thought about this a lot of times. Where isn't it on the list?
It's in her head.
It's like,
Because the list is in her head.
when she goes to the market and she calls you, you know there are new things coming. Like, oh, I just saw this thing that I said I don't want to buy it. That's why I didn't tell you to go and buy it. Do you still want this? I said, Madam, buy what you're buying and leave it there. Like, buy it.
And like the more they are exposed to everything, the more the things is like.
All right. Our time is gone, but I just would like Andrew and Ken and Vic to talk about Make Me a Woman Tonight. Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Why should I watch Make Me a Woman Tonight?
Make Me a Woman Tonight is, first of all, the title. There's far more encapsulated in that title than you are just seeing.
Okay.
You may think you know what the play is about when you hear the title, but trust me, it is actually is the mic working?
No.
Okay. But you may think it is something about a particular subject, but you will find out that it is one of the most inspiring, most motivating plays you will ever watch. So that's why I think you should watch Make Me a Woman Tonight.
Vic, why should I watch Make Me a Woman Tonight?
And in addition to what Andrew said, I think it was one of the finest plays because it makes you the reasoning it gives you. So in just like you think that you're going to just have like a simple straight experience because you seem to think it's predictable. But then there's a thinking process that you're going to go through. And at the end of that play, if you do not question what drives you, what motivates you, who you're listening to, who is speaking to you, what you're producing because of the thoughts that you have, then you need to watch it again. It's that kind of a play.
Andrew, how difficult was it for you to play the role of Maestro?
Maestro. Well, I was still at the stage where I wasn't too comfortable with the voice of the singing and stuff like that. So
yes.
I was going into it. I was very unsure of the songs that were picked for me. So it was a pleasant surprise that the songs turned out okay.
No, you delivered them well.
Yeah.
You delivered them very well.
So I mean, every play came with its challenges, the emotions, the having to get to the point where you make the audience go along with you and feel sad and cry along with you and stuff like that was a very, very, very challenging thing.
Vic,
Yes, Uncle.
your character had to wake up on the morning after her wedding
Yes.
to tell her maid of honor nothing happened in the night.
Yes.
When she came all excited
Yes.
and said nothing. How would a woman process that?
First, the woman will have to be very close to the person she's sharing this with.
Okay.
And I think they had a really good friendship and they've been together for years. So, and the woman might still be hopeful that something will happen, you know. And because if you have a good friend will tell you, oh, he's probably just tired. Something would happen. So the hope will still remain. And then the woman will also have some doubts that, what am I in? What if this is not as it's been said to be? Or maybe am I not in the right thing? But largely, if the woman is me, the woman will be hopeful and keep some little flame burning. But after you watch the play, when that hope is also going, then we start thinking of, so what can we do now? Because that hope died at some point, you know.
And then it was resurrected.
It was resurrected, but there was a time when the hope was gone. It was...
My favorite part in the play, Andrew, you were on stage, so I don't think you saw this, is the whole part of that point where hope was restored. Vic did not have many lines. It was you and your brother.
Yes.
But her acting there, when he said, Amisi, you mean he, and then her eyes never left a certain spot. You know, she zeroed in on a particular spot, and
I mean, Vic, that's why I say Vic is fantastic.
And it was a beautiful, it was
again.
beautiful acting with, it was beautiful acting without words, and
Thank
that
you,
was
Uncle.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Ken's best role. Ken, in my mind, I've got to choose between that and Nkwantabisa.
What about Owo? Oh, you didn't like?
That's Puppeteers.
Yes.
Okay, so the three. I agree with you. Owo was also phenomenal. Owo was also phenomenal.
Had a silent partner.
That's when Kannison danced on Funny Dance B.
Yes, and he was conducting the choir and he was
And then all that. But the Josh,
Yes, sir.
how well did you enjoy playing Josh?
I enjoyed it because it put me in the position where I get to make the audience laugh. More like the burden of comedy was on my character. And we have this principle here that we make people laugh so much that they get to swallow the lesson. So try to go as hard as possible and pick on Maestro and also goof around with Ivy. And I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. And my hairstyle, Uncle, it was...
Yes, I've told you that on your wedding day, if it happens.
If it happens.
If it happens.
When it happens, Uncle.
If it happens. No, for now, let me start with if. If you give me hope, like hope came, then I may move to when. Then that's going to be the thing. Now, there's a question here. How do you tell your man he's not up to the task in bed, knowing men have a very fragile ego? This whole ego thing. It's not helping, especially when you've been with a person for long. Does it mean he's not achieved anything the whole time? I think men and sexuality can't easily be discussed over tea.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
John, you like to help us?
She's out with what? I think
Okay, give it to Ophelia. Give it to Ophelia. Let Ophelia help us.
Yes, sir. The ingredients. Thank you very much. This is a big, if it's not gargantuan question. And you can do that in many ways. It's not everything that you say to a man. Most of the time we act it. So there are a lot of signs that you will show. You can even put it in a joke. And it's the way you say,
It's a joke,
know
dear.
the man and when you have to come out. Don't go and buy medication for the man. As soon as you take this thing and it's going to lead into if you want a divorce, it will be a bit. So sometimes you ask, study what is leading into this. Maybe you go into the act when he's even thinking about something serious, and as Uncle has already told us, there are a lot of things on their mind. So when he comes from work, you know you are in the mood. That day you are in the mood and you have dressed as if you are going somewhere. You are not even looking sexy. To drive him. So there are a lot of things. In the afternoon, did you even send him a message? Sometimes just send a message. That's all. You'll be thinking about it the whole
There are
day.
voice notes, man.
So, Uncle, the little I can say to that question is,
Okay.
we can act in many ways to speak, but going on it directly, if it's words, then we need maybe counseling to come in. Thank you.
One of the difficult sessions I had in counseling was a man who came to see me in tears. And what had happened was that he thought he was giving his best. And so one day, the woman just looks at him and said, "Where are you? You're in Tanamina."
Hey.
Where are you? No, I said, "Who are you? You're in Tanamina."
Wow.
Trying to hurt him deliberately.
Come again?
She was deliberately trying to hurt him.
Yeah, because she's tired.
And wanted to know why he shouldn't go and kill himself. Part of the trouble with some of these matters is to go into the past of the woman and find out what she's been exposed to. Because some women have exposed themselves to things they shouldn't have exposed themselves to. And I'm going to tell a story. Take it like a joke. But
I said take it like a joke.
yeah, take it like a joke. I was raised as Assassin Treso. And I left in the 60s. Then I've been going one time when I went to South, this was in the 90s. My kid brothers showed me a girl and then said, "This is so and so. She's the most popular girl at South." I said, "Really? What makes her the most popular?" He said, "She's the most generous of all the girls here." And I say, "What is it about her that makes her that generous?" And she said, "Brah," I said, "when the girl moved into South, the boys were trying, the boys, before we start chasing, among ourselves, we agree who should go. We don't all come at a girl at the same time. The boys, we meet and, okay, you try." And said, the first boy who went and talked and said, "Krachi Jam Totuano, you just want to go to bed with me, isn't it?" And the guy said, "Okay, yeah, now that you bring it up, yes." He said, "Is it you alone?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You will not be enough. Go and bring others." Go and bring others.
Community shield.
And he said, from that day, and the boy said, no, medio. Say you want to go to bed with me. I'm ready. Go and bring some others. You won't go there. Answer me. And he went to bring 3 boys. And the girl said, Momra. And so from that day on, whenever she was horny, and she starts, the message runs.
Change lesson, please.
Enjoy your radio. Enjoy your ready. Now, when you marry a woman like that,
Community Wi-Fi.
even you plus sex toys, you'll still not be able to satisfy her. It is not a simple question to answer.
Yeah.
Because it depends. It may not just be the fault of the boy. You have to find out where's the girl coming from. What has she been exposed to? And what fantasies does she live in? And whether she's gotten to the point where any human being can satisfy her or not.
Yeah,
and with that, I think today I have caused more trouble for myself than any other day. I have handled issues that normally I would run away from. But it's because Sunday, after you've watched Make Me a Woman Tonight, you forgive me for everything. That's why I'm doing it today. So I hope to see you on Sunday. Thank you for staying with us. We'll come your way again, God willing, next week. Until then, stay safe. COVID is real. Take all the precaution. And God have mercy on all of us. Have a wonderful day. Hello, this is James Ebo White. Everyone calls me Uncle Ebo White of Roverman Productions. We have already brought to you The Day Daddy Came, and we follow that up with The Comeback. Now, in our effort to bring theater to you, our next one that we have lined up for online is Make Me a Woman Tonight.
Come on, tell me everything. Tell me everything. How did it go? Huh?
It didn't go, okay? He fell into a coma.
Coma?
I mean, what you call it when a man falls asleep within a twinkling of an eye, and girl, you can't even wake him up, even if you pour water on him.
Yes! You knocked him out with pleasure. That is what I'm talking about. Yeah? Maestro, like your son. Like your son. Yes!
It comes on August 30th on our website only, rovermanproductions.com only, for just a little fee of 10 Ghana cedis. Now here's the news. If you waited for the 30th, you have to pay 10 cedis. But between now and 29th, you can get it for a cool 5 cedis. So why don't you go to the website and register and then save yourself 50%. Not a bad thing in these coronavirus days. So see you on the 30th for Make Me a Woman Tonight.